Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Give me 1 second. I apologize. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell. That way you'll be informed every time I'm uploading something new. Yes, God, honey. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Ooh. 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 I'm turning red. What could this be? Oh my. Ooh. Ooh. All right, y'all. My bad. Welcome, 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 everybody. Yes, God, honey. I will not be, featuring myself today, bitch. I'm not feeling all that good, and I didn't feel like no. And I'm gonna be real with you, bitch. I'm just rolling my ass out of bed. So, because I want to, I'm starting to do the best I can with keeping my promises. When I say that I'm gonna go live, I'm gonna try my best to stick with it. Okay. So, girl, we got some things to get into, honey. Welcome, Coco Chanel, Shed Pearl, MVN, Locked Queen, and everybody else that is laying in the bushes of life, honey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, girl. We got some things to do, child. Episode 9 review, honey. Thank you, MVN. I appreciate it. Nola, baby. Hey, how you doing? First, we got to start. I'm going to wish my bitch, Jace, a happy birthday, honey. Yes, yes. And also known as Ambitious Cuisines. Wonderful, creative chef child out of Dallas, Texas, honey. So if you guys are ever in the area, make sure you look him up so he can, whip up, honey, something nice for you, okay? Yes, God, honey. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's the only way to feel better, Nola, baby. Hello, God. Locked Queen, hey. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to get into? I'm gonna do my review, and then we're gonna just have like an open discussion, child, and we're just gonna get into the things of the things of the things of the things. Damn, I sound like Armand. Girl. All right. So episode 9, child, of Chasing Dallas was 1 hour, 22 minutes. Actually, let's take out about maybe 10 minutes because there was a lot of advertising, a lot of sponsorship going on during this episode. So I'd say it was maybe an hour, 10, if we cut out all of the other stuff, right? So, girl, let's get into it. So this episode starts off with the rest of the pajama party. So December ended up getting put out, child, and Reese, has just really had enough with George, girl. Like, I just, for the life of me, I just keep asking myself, and I know y'all probably asking yourselves the same thing, like, what is really going on between Reese and George? Well, this is what I think people fail to understand. If we go back to season 2, there was a lot of shit that went down. There was also a scene at the end of the season. I don't know if you guys remember during Carrie D and Lyndon James, RMA, they had the video shoot for Blow Your Mind. There was a lot of shit that took place after that. I think King Kane's roommate ended up showing up and there was some drama there. I think that's the same situation. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And bitch, George and Reese had a big brawl. They actually showed a clip of it, but for some reason, they never actually aired any of that shit. So I think it was due to George, like, getting the girls together and letting them know, like, girl, I have a legitimate corporate career, bitch. Okay? I have a legitimate corporate career, and I will send you a cease and desist if you, put my, likeness up in that way or something like that, because it just didn't air. So, I always found that very strange. Then I know George don't play about, his standing in society or in his profession. And I understand that. That's your name. That's your, but at the same time, I'd be like, girl, you are on a, web reality show and shit can happen that may oftentimes put you not in the best of light. So it's a double-edged sword with that situation. So I just want people to remember there was always some underlying beef, but Robert made some mention to in this episode. Shout out to my husband, girl. Yes. Yes, God, honey. One of many husbands. I have a harem, child. I have a harem. I was a child, so Robert was like, girl, I think I know exactly what was going on in the lemon squeeze and why George has so much fever for Reese, because, George and Womack, word on the street is George and Womack had something going on, or they currently have something going on. Now, shout out to Scotty and Jamar. They interviewed George last night after the show, and he stated, girl, that me and Womack are just friends. And he's not currently in a relationship right now. But girl, child, George, I'm not gonna lie, honey. I gotta be transparent, bitch. Like you told on yourself. Remember after Trey Howard's event, child, and all of that shit happened between Reese and Womack. You and your confessions. These are your confessions. So you say one thing, and the streets are saying the other thing. Like, what's really the tea? But you have gone on official record stating that you have not been in a relationship with him, that y'all are just friends, and that you are currently single. So I don't know, but child, the narrative is spinning. So could Robert be wrong or could Robert be right, child? Child. So this whole pajama party was just a mess. Shout out to Markel, who had to correct me. He commented on my last review, and he also called me. He was like, bitch, there was food there. Also, it was brought to my attention that it wasn't Markel and Trey Howard who wrote the questions down. They didn't show the part where everyone pitched in and wrote down their own questions for people. So, my apologies. I went off on Markel, but this goes back to filming. We have to see we have to be prepared for the entirety of context. Context is very important, because I went off on a whole tangent on Markel and Trey Howard's ass for doing all this stuff, and because the scene at the backyard situation, the volume was so fucked up, we couldn't hear George say that he was joking when, because I read him for Filth Child when he was bringing up Charles and Tony Price and Trey Womack. So he said he was just joking, but the audio was so bad we couldn't hear that he said that part. So I just went off on his ass, child, and I'm glad that he corrected me. Girl, you can approach me if I've gotten something wrong. That's what all of this is for, baby. Let me know, and then I, like a real nigga, I will get up here and I will correct my mistakes. Amen. So they did eat, child. The kids were fed, as we see in this scene towards the end, as the herd thinned, child. The kids were making their taquitos, girl. Hello, God. My thing is this. Y'all know y'all on that brown. Most of y'all are bottoms. Like, Markel, love you, Darren, but tacos may not be the best thing. Hello, God. Carrie D already stated in the interview, sorry to throw you under the bus, babe, but you already said you had got a hotel room that night, honey. Hello, God. Hello, God. Ain't no telling what was going on. Bitch. Girl, please. You better get your things. Y'all better get y'all things, child. Anyway, and Dior, child, he was so upset. He said, before I get drunk, bitch, let me just address this whore, Ari James. I was like, girl, y'all are just, George and Reese, girl, even though I get why people are mad, I understand it. But girl, that's if you don't, but then again, it's a show, so you kind of need the energy, I'm guessing, child. So, but it's just girl, if I don't see it for you, I won't even acknowledge your existence in this life. You know what I mean? Even as we keep hearing George speak in interviews and on about the subject matter of the show, like we're surprised you even came back for a season 3 because of how your experience. We were so vocal about how negative your experience was during season 2. So it's just like, but I'm glad to see you because I do love George. We know that, child. We all know that I love George. I love all these people. But, girl, sometimes you got to protect your energy and ask yourself, like, okay, is this really worth me taking on that energy? Okay. But I really don't want to talk no more, even though that scene was really drawn out. But, oh, girl, y'all got to come to a place where y'all can either talk about it, especially if you're going to be sharing the same space. All right, so next we have Ariel. She's at the studio with Carrie D and Lyndon James recording her single, and it's fire as fuck. I just wanted to talk about the growth of Ariel. We have to be honest here, people. Like, as this season has progressed, we've noticed Ariel's been kind of like taking more of a sideline role. And bitch, if you're not going to film her work scenes or her just in her element, period, she's not really fucking with it. And I'm really here for that. Ariel is letting your ass know, bitch, that you know what, I didn't come to play with you hoes the second go around. I came to get what I could get and benefit the most out of this situation. And I'm totally here for that. Ariel, you better do your motherfucking thing. Ariel's and that's how you command the scene. See, people know that Ariel is the one to turn to if you want all of your things. So she commanded that scene while other people were forced, they were turning in work scenes and they were being chopped and only the mess is being shown. But every time we see Ariel, she's going to make you feel what it is that she's doing. And I'm here for that. I don't give a damn how many times we done saw her dance her ass, dance for her life child in these performances and design these dresses real quick, honey. Ariel is not letting you film her if she's not being productive. We've seen her slay three different things, girl. Fashions, hello God. Performances, hello God. And now she's dabbling into the music and she's a fucking genius at it. I was loving the conversation Carrie D and Lyndon had, like, wow, like we're really surprised and we're really happy for you. And girl, you're walking into a newfound gift and you're excelling at it. And I'm here, girl, you hear Ariel going off in that motherfucking booth, bitch, and she's giving you your entire life. Yes, bitch, honey, like I'm here for it. Her growth is amazing. It's been a pleasure to watch. Not many people, I'm just keeping it real, not many people have stepped up to the plate and have been able to assume that role or that position. And I just love it. You hear, and Ariel's real about what she's talking. She's like, girl, I don't go to things when there's just too much hee ha ha bullshit. If it does not serve me or benefit me, it's not highlighting my creative side or my business, and it's not going to make sense to me, I don't want no parts of it. And I feel like that's how a lot of other people should be. Amen. Because at the end of the day, it's about getting to the next level, honey. Don't play with me. Don't play with my time. And I'm loving the relationship that Ariel, they do seem like unlikely friends. But the more we get to know Carrie D, the more we're like, girl, you real as fuck too. Like, I really love Carrie. I love Lyndon. And I just love the fact that people can come together. They can combine their resources to be great. After all, that's what the fuck this is all about. UNITY. Okay. Yes, God, honey. So shout out to Ariel. Totally here for that. In this conversation, they were talking about a trip. I guess this is the part coming up, child, where they're planting the seeds for the cast trip to Las Vegas. But apparently, Carrie D and Lyndon, they're going to Atlanta for a month, and Ariel's going to tag along with them so they can get some work done. And I love it. Take your craft seriously. Y'all are dwelling, you're living, you're chasing your dreams, girl, and that's what the fuck it's all about. Life is truly what you make it. Gotta learn how to embrace it. Gotta fight for what you want if you want to be happy. Yes, honey. Shout out to Chasing Reality, bitch. All right, girl. So Imani finally stepped up to the plate, girl, and gave some honesty, but still serving bitter bitch. Girl, please get it together. Well, it's ending anyway. Oh, it's over with anyway. Oh, we're canceled anyway. Like, why do you got to keep on reminding us? We already know, girl. we're aware. You don't have to keep reminding us, girl. Because all it does is serve bitter bitch. No tea, no shade, just keeping it real. All right, girl. So in the next scene, child, George is working, honey. He's doing a photo shoot for Zelu. That is Z in his words, child. ZEELOOL. Eyewear, bitch. Frame line. Markel and Dior show up to support him. George is beautiful. He serves professional daddy, honey. You know what I'm saying? So, bitch, off rip, I see why people would partner with him. Like those professional photo shoots, girl. I'm here for all of the things when it comes to work. All the things. So hold on, girl. My phone is acting stupid. So, child, so they end up rehashing the pajama party and they talk about the trip to Vegas and Robert is going to be hosting his event, child. Shout out to Robert. I should be interviewing him soon. I'm just waiting for confirmation. But honey, I'm ready. Robert, it's time to see you, honey. It's time to see it's time to see daddy. Oh, bitch. Hold on, y'all. I'm finna do a screen share because I am going to be a messy bitch right now. Are y'all down for a screen? Actually, no. Let me finish. You fuck it. We finna do this shit right now, bitch. Well, we show Liz. We show Liz. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can call me a nasty, raggedy bitch. All the fuck you want to. But, girl, we finna get into some things. We sure are. Bitch, this is the assessment, so it's not an ordinary. So we can do this right here. Hold on. Where's my shit? Because, bitch, I'm finna be royally messy, bitch. Not messy, just nasty. I'm a whore. Where is it at, honey? Come on. Where is it at?
Sleep better and save more girl. During the City Mattress Veteran Sale with over 80 choices.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Why did it do that? What just happened? What is going on? Ugh. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it together real quick. I don't know what the fuck just happened. This stupid ass fucking computer. Come on, bitch. We trying to get to the things. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you're trying to be a little messy. Hold on. Let's get there. Hold on, honey. Oh, okay, girl. I'm coming. Hold on. Yes, yeah. Hold on a second, honey. Let's share the screen, girl. I want to show y'all this, girl. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Do y'all see all of these things right here, girl? Yes. Oh, yes, honey. That's daddy child. You see all of this? Yes. Do y'all see what I do you see what I see? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all see all of that? So I'm definitely interested in coming to the barbecue. I thought I smelled someone barbecuing. Yes. Uh-huh. Y'all see that, right? Yes. So that's what's going on the grill, honey. Sausage. Sausage. Yes. Come on, daddy. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can call me all kinds of whores and all kinds of things. But honey, yes. Y'all see that? Look how it overlaps. It just sits comfortably to the side. Mm-hmm. But see, in the end, that's the lure for me. You know I love my thugs, honey. In the words of Trina, hush your mouth and don't talk, honey. You know what I'm saying? Let me do all the talking for you. You know? Yes, y'all see y'all. Look how that thing just sits comfortably to the side. Mm, 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 mm. Yes. I'm sorry to objectify you like this, Robert, but honey. Mm-hmm. Oh, Sierra Jones, baby, welcome. But let me tell you something. Him and Kesey together, talk about a sandwich, honey. I would love to be that motherfucking patty that sits. Well, hold on. They're the patty. I'm the buns. Girl, do you see how it just sits there? Oh, child, is that Dior looking? Oh, no, not me being. Is Ariel looking too, girl? No, ma'am. Or is that just the way the scene is being? Girl, don't it look like Dior is looking down like, girl, what's T, Robert? I know we family, but child, I didn't know you was having all of that. Even Ariel's like, girl, yes. I don't blame y'all, honey. See, Trey Howard knows what's T. He got a man. He's like, I ain't finna look down at that big ass thing, child. I ain't got time for that. My husband, James, is gonna wear my ass the fuck out, bitch. He's gonna roll that LLC up into a newspaper, girl, and beat me, bitch. But girl, Dior's like, girl, I ain't got my man no more, bitch. Ariel's like, girl, please, I'm busy and I haven't seen a dick in a minute. I've been booked and busy, girl. I haven't been with dick in a minute. Girl, thank you, Robert, for this shot right here. We appreciate you. Mm-hmm. You see how it's just, yes, just there. Yes. Yes, just one more again. One more again. The words of Mariah Carey. One more again. One more again, please. Yes, just sit there. Look at it, it's perfectly creased. I think he planned that. Look how it's tucked under. Like I want y'all to see the outline, bitch. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right, enough of me being a whore, child. I know, right? Let me see, girl. Hold on. Oh, there we go, girl. There we go. Look at that. Yes, right there. Yeah. Just there, honey. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 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 Child, y'all see it? Oh, hold on, girl. Where we at? Oh, and I'm right here. Hold on, let me try something. I won't be on camera for long because I look like shit. Let me see. Hold on. I can get it, girl. Robert, just pull it out, please. Yes. To the sweat drop down those balls, honey. All right, girl. Let me stop, girl. Let me stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me stop. Okay, girl. Let's get back to business, girl. But shout out to Robert and his dick for making an appearance in this episode. Yes. All right. So child, I forgot where I was at. Okay, so we finally get to the point because I was asking myself, girl, like when are we gonna get the opportunity to see Markel and Reese just sit down one-on-one, bitch? Okay. When? When are we gonna get the opportunity? And it finally came up. And girl, let me say this. This is why I had to have, when things happen in the show, I don't do regular reviews. I mark it as an assessment because, girl, we have to get into some things. What's up, Tabitha, Boogie L, IMD? Hello, everyone. Welcome for coming in the room. Make sure to like y'all. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, y'all. Amen. All right. So let's get into the minutiae. Markel. Oh, you're here. Okay, girl, let me tell you, the spirits must let you know that I was going to give it to you real quick. I love you, Markel, but I have to say, just like Carrie D, in these instances, we have to be able to speak clearly You feel what I'm saying? Like I understood where you were coming from, but there was just so much in that conversation. I felt like you could have summed it up beautifully. But I understand because I heard it in your voice. There was a lot of emotion there, especially towards the end of your conversation where you turned it around and you were just like, you were talking more so about the friendship. And I always felt that way. You know, I've said that in my reviews before about like you and Reese, it's not just the business. That may have been the catalyst for, you know, the fuck shit in y'all's relationship, but like the personal shit is what hurt y'all the most. So that's why I'm giving Markel a pass in the conversation. I was just like, girl, can we hurry up and get to the point? But I felt it though. You're trying to get it all out. This is the first time you're going to have this conversation, probably the only time you're going to have this conversation. So let me put it all out there. And it did come out a little, you know, discombobulated. And I know I saw the cuts in between that scene. So when you were like, hey, there's some things that y'all didn't see, that's not y'all fucking business. I was like, I can tell because the scene was already long as hell. But if y'all paid attention to the transitions in that scene, you can tell they cut some things out. Yes, it was a lot of onset emotion. I had, so I know it was long for the people. Yeah, and we understood it. Even though the scene was drawn out, those types of scenes I don't mind because like this is the big meetup. Now I do have a question, Markel. Why were you sitting in the darkness like that, man? Because when we look at you and Reese sitting in the same place, we see Reese's by the light and you're in the darkness like Batman, girl. I am Batman. I was just like, come into the light, Caroline. Step into the light, Caroline. You know what I'm saying? That's where they should have had some type of what do they call those things? A ring light or something that way, because I was like, damn, this is really dark, and I was just really caught off guard because like they couldn't get the sunlight. What's up, Terrence? How you doing? Yes. But when it comes down to this scene, all in all, like Reese, girl, if you're coming for understanding, like I have to ask Markel the question, like how, and I guess when we have an opportunity to actually sit down and talk about it to live, one of the questions that I have is like, I can only sit down with someone who's receptive. And the whole time I just wonder, like, is Reese's neck okay now after all of that bobbling? Is his neck okay? Reese, is your neck okay? Did you need a brace after that? Because the whole scene, you were just moving your fucking head up and down. And then the expression on your face, girl, are we here for the scene or are we here to actually make some headway in this whole, you know, miserable debacle that you guys have been in? Your facial expression, your energy, Markel was relaxed. He was sitting back. It may have been in the darkness, but bitch, he was sitting back chilling, and he was really trying to make an effort. So, I mean, you know, and then we sit here and we shake hands at the end of this, right? And this is what really sunk the fuck out of me. We sit here after all of this, we shake hands and we agree that, girl, we're just going to be cordial. This is the past. We understand now that we can't be friends. We can't be business partners. So when we see each other, it's still, I'm going to chuck the deuces, girl. It's going to be mutual. Yeah, right? So the next scene, hello, God. The next scene, Ariel, she's celebrating her Run It Up single. It's been released. A very good song, by the way. I've played it here on the platform before. I will always celebrate Ariel and all her things. So she ends up inviting the kids out to the pool. I don't know where that is, probably her, you know, where she lives at. No one swam. We just sat around the group where we saw Robert's dick was the feature. Hallelujah. So Reese sitting there with Dior, Trey Howard, Ariel. And again, I love this. I paid attention to Ariel more this episode. I was looking at a lot of her facial expressions. Ariel is over the fucking bullshit. Every time, imagine this. Every time you hang around that one person that keeps on bringing up, I don't care if it is about the show, there's more things to talk about in the show than just your beef with Markel and George. So when I looked at Ariel's facial expression, she was just like, girl, we talking about this shit again, bitch. Like I just said in the top of this episode that I don't want to be around none of the fuckery. But I guess y'all got to catch the girls up at some point or another. But like every scene, every time Reese's hanging around them, she's always dragging Markel and George into the conversation, and people feel like they're forced to listen. At this point, just seeing everyone's expressions, they're over it as well. And obviously, Reese, this is personal for you, whether you want to admit it or not. The fact that you keep talking about a thing that you claim that you pay no mind to, it's obviously always on your mind and it's touching you in a personal way. That's why you feel the need to bring it up everywhere you go. Because Ariel, Dior, a lot of them were just like, okay, girl, we here again. And that's exactly how I was like, you sucked the life out of everything. Y'all couldn't even go swimming, girl. Ariel was like, girl, I don't have time for this bullshit. I have an event to get ready for. These girls can keep on with the fuckery if they want to. That's why I fuck with Ariel, because she's like, girl, like we don't, if it's not making money, it don't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, well, bitch, it just doesn't make sense. Moving on. You feel what I'm saying? You shook his hand in the previous scene, Reese. Then you go and do the very thing that Markel's cussing your ass out for in the next episode. So all you're doing is adding to the validity of the grievances put against you. You feel me? Just period, girl. Like, oh Lord. So in the next scene, child, Ari, oh, we already said that. So we get to okay, I already mentioned that earlier. So child, so Ariel's performing and she shuts it down. She performs one of her new songs and she performs the Run It Up song, honey, and she's just giving the crowd everything. The crowd is showering her in motherfucking coins, bitch. I'm here for all of the things. Like, do it, girl. Do it, girl. Shut it the fuck down. I don't know if the camera was messed up or the lip sync portion of it was off. It gave me Chinese movie vibes. I've noticed a lot of that in this season when it comes to certain performances from people. I just think that it was a camera issue because it also happens to me in my editing process sometimes with pre-recorded videos where the vocal won't catch up to the video, if that makes sense. But it only happens once you've rendered the video. So I'm not going to put too much on that because I understand the headache, child, especially if you're uploading a file that's really big. Sometimes it can corrupt little pieces of your video. So I think that's probably what ended up happening, but I ain't going to put too much on that, child. Overall, I enjoyed the episode. I did notice some new sponsorships that they had. I don't never really do that. Consciously, I don't know what you're going to get. I don't see none of the kids over on this side hitting you up. Maybe older professional gays will hit you up, child. Love you down consciously, but I just was like, okay. Okay. All right, that's it. That's all I had for my notes, at least for this episode. This was a really good episode. I felt like it was a good episode, but it was null and void at the end for me when we saw Reese basically breaching her own friendship contract, child, with Markel. And you're going back, you're telling this, you're telling that, and it's just a mess. And it just, again, you keep on proving people like myself, people like George, people like Markel, people like Premier, people with like all these people that had issues with you, you're low key proving everyone right, girl. And girl, I understand I may not be Reese's favorite person right now, but girl, at the end of the day, we may have to get together at the end of this and have a conversation if you're willing, girl, because just to end off, just to tie this all off with a bow and just see if we can get somewhere with it. But at the end of the day, I keep asking myself, do I really want to invest that type of energy, when it's hard for people to take accountability for some things? We don't need you to take accountability for every single little thing. But I just think overall, I think what people want to hear from you is to be vulnerable and to just say, you know what, I may have fucked up. I've already repeated all of that before in the past, but you know where I go with it. Okay. Child. Whew, girl. Yes, honey. Mm-hmm. So, what's tea, y'all? Why is it Carrie D got no music push this season, yet Ariel got it all as a beginning artist? Even in Chicago, he just sang happy birthday like you traveled all the way to do that. Well, make sure you check out my interview with Carrie D and Lyndon James that I did last week. It's on the channel. That question was, I really went hard with those particular questions, Sierra. I really went hard with those questions because I feel the same exact way. Um, we're not done yet. There's 3 more episodes, I believe. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there's 3 more episodes. So Carrie D says there's going to be, some things shown. They're going to be performing, and I think, are they shooting a music video? I have to refer back to that interview, but he says that they'll be working, that they'll be seeing we'll be seeing some work scenes. Speaking of that, I want to go back a little bit to what Markel was talking about when him and Reese were sitting in the dark room. Markel mentioned things that other people have mentioned in the past when it comes to shooting work scenes. And I guess this time Reese wasn't accessible like that. So her production team actually handled a lot of, the filming and, coming to scenes and things of that nature. But apparently Markel had a lot of work scenes and personal scenes. And there's been a lot there. Just hearing Markel break it all down that way. And it just adds to the arguments of other people. And Reese still makes these statements that says, girl, I'm not biased. I can actually be both EP and cast member. I don't have personal feelings tied up in it. But obviously you do, baby. Obviously you do. Child. Just when is everybody else gonna open their eyes, child? That's all I ask. Yeah. I agree, sugar. A lot of that stuff can be, X'd out. And we could be putting in the scenes that these kids are actually filming. And then here's another thing too. If the production team, let me tell y'all this. I understand that Reese may have gave y'all a start, and this really, let's just not say this for Reese. Let's say this for every person that may be in these situations, because something tells me this happens more times than not. Our friend puts us on. We've seen CJ elevate himself, the film producer CJ. We've seen him elevate himself since, he's been around Reese. And that's great. That's what it's always about. But there may come a time where you're not always going to be working up under the same executive producer on the same platform. You may very well, if your goal is to move forward and to progress in the industry, you won't always be up under that person. And let me say this to you. You guys also have to be unbiased. I don't care if your loyalty is to your friend. You're working a job, so therefore that person is your boss. You know what the overall platform of chasing reality is supposed to represent. So you need to go do your job. And your job is to take in these scenes. We're talking about chasing reality. So if Markel, Carrie D, any of these people are submitting work scenes, we need to find the best way possible to put them in there. Who cares if they have a beef with your friend? That has nothing to fucking do with you. And Sierra, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to be talking about that as well. So now we get to a place where this is the final. It's a wrap, in the words of Mariah Carey. It's a wrap for you, boy. It's a wrap. And you have the nerve and caucasity to give us a virtual reunion. A virtual reunion. I just want to say, I really hope everyone's Wi-Fi, internet connection, mobile network, bitch, is worthy to be praised. Why don't we just tell the truth Tuesday? girl. That goes. Did Andario even feel like editing that shit? Let's be real. Did Andario just say, girl, I ain't got time for that shit. I'm working on Atlanta right now. We working on season 2 of LA. Also, finance wise, whatever, girl. Can we also keep it real? Did y'all have the coin to secure a venue? Did you have the coin to put into, doing an actual live reunion? Because last year's reunion would have made more sense being virtual because we were at the height of Miss Rona. But now that we know that Texas alone doesn't give a shit about the powers of Miss Rona, girl, y'all were still doing y'all thing in the height of it. Now we want to have a goddamn virtual reunion. Oh, shout out to TTB, honey. What's up, Ego Right? How are you? Honey, you heard what CTB said, honey. Reese said on live and Dario didn't want to cut the check for the venue, allegedly. I mean, when the platform is in your name and the AdSense checks are only deposited into your account, you have the power. But see, this is where we go, where we talk about checking the deed. Now you want to have a platform, a YouTube platform. Now you want to, all of the things. You should have already been checking the deed and having your own source of income. Like I always stress to people, no web reality series has their own merchandise for their platform. If we're selling the merchandise before season, during season, even after season, you will then start to secure a bag where you could potentially pay for venues, events, reunions, probably pay your cast at the same time, depending on, how well your season is doing. So, I mean, come on now, we got to check the deed, because now we're doing the people a disservice by not having the type of reunion that we feel like we deserve, especially y'all talking about going out with a bang. How are we going out with a bang? How are we going out with a bang, girl? If it's virtual. And like I said, everyone's connection better be worthy to be praised. And you're doing it right. I kind of like it that way too. So that means this is going to be pre-recorded. Is this going to be a live reunion or pre-recorded? No, Shed Pearl, we need a reunion. I don't give a damn how much shit I've been talking this season. We need a reunion to tie this up in a pretty bow. We need a reunion. Mm-hmm. Sierra says December and T-Spiller picked up on it being virtual Tuesday during Reese's live. Reese confirmed it's virtual Wednesday. This was a wild week. Child, it's been a crazy season. It's since the first episode dropped. This has been the craziest fucking season. So why would you go out, child? You know what I mean? Why would you go out on a virtual reunion, girl? Mm-mm. Oh, yes. Thank you, giving you the real tea. Shout out to Ariel for making Tamala Man what'd you say, an old nasty piece of dress. Yes. And like Ego said, child, like y'all in the same damn city. And y'all been in all these other venues throughout the season, child, grouped up and nobody's wearing a mask and all of that shit. So come on now. YB, do you think the plug was pulled on pulled on an in-person reunion because of that live Reese, Markel, and George did on Evie's channel? We know Andario got the money. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me tell y'all something. When we have these moments, these discussions, these panels, whatever happens, and you shouldn't let what's being said deter you from handling your business regardless. Because when you start doing things in reaction to what may be being said live, you give validity to shit. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? It'll be live directly after the last episode on December 9th. Well, if it's going to be live, oh my God. Y'all better do a test run, bitch. And if you're doing it via StreamYard, probably Zoom. I don't know how they're going to use it, what platform they're going to use, what streaming platform they're going to use. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, girl, you guys need to make sure you test every fucking piece of technology. I don't want to be in Freesiana. Hello, God. I don't want to experience Freesiana. I don't want to experience volume issues. Like, we need to make sure we do a test run, bitch. I want to be able to, like y'all be saying, girl, over there, and to the Dallas girl, I want it to be very clear, bitch. Very clear. Please and thank you. So make sure y'all do a test run, girl. And I wonder, is people going to be in the presence of their own home? So people may not feel the need to get dressed up, or they might just put tops on and just be naked bottom, because why would we care? Now we can't even really talk about the fashions. That's one of my favorite parts about reviewing the reunions. It's getting into the fashions, as Funky Doniva would say, girl. The fashions, bitch. You know? All right, so the December 9th, child, live and in color, I guess. The reunion, child, for season 3 of Dallas. The final. The series finale. You're right, Sierra. The outside drama definitely destroyed the season. But I'm not going to say that I was entertained. I was more so very disappointed, because this goes to show that we as, humans have a lot of, work to do when it comes to communicating, forging relationships. And I'm kind of glad about that too. Like, it exposed that fact that we still have not evolved to the point where we can truly become the words of Dre Simber, honey. Gemini had shirts and hoodies. You're right. They could have made a cute coin on the way out. I'm telling you. Not even on the way out, though. Like, in the end time, like, have that just be a regular thing. You guys have, especially for Chasing Reality, you have too many franchises, too many shows and platforms, and you guys kind of like hold it in. You could be making your rounds, with some merch, girl. Yes, God. To be fair, if it's true, folks can't dog Reese out and vilify him and then expect him to come out of pocket when he's leaving the franchise. You're an executive producer, Denny. I mean, if you're an executive producer, you got to take that shit on the chin, because this is your business at the end of the day. Again, that goes to show you need to be able to separate your personal feelings from it all. Because whether or not you dogging me out or not, you put yourself in those positions to be dogged out. If you just remained as an executive producer, we wouldn't have all of these things to say about you. If you were to stop dragging out these fucking beasts for thousands of years, we wouldn't be here right now. We probably wouldn't even see the end of Dallas. So, I mean, love you, brother, but I can't agree with that. You're a business person. You're the executive producer. This is your franchise. This is what this is where you're supposed to be, the boss. And sometimes you have to, it is what it is. I'm quite sure Shawnee and the rest of the girls, Mona Scott, be like, girl, what the fuck? These hoes dogging me out. But bitch, she's still finna fund that reunion. She's still finna do what she has to do right by her viewers, by the loyal supporters. By hook or crook, they're gonna make it happen. Even if I was in that situation, I have to do what I have to do. But I was executive producer of a show, and I know that I had caused a bunch of fuck shit and mess and craziness, and all of these beefs are linked to me, girl. And just because my cast is talking about me doesn't mean that I'm gonna do my platform, my business, my viewers, my loyal fucking followers. I'm not gonna do y'all a disservice by not following through professionally. Their focus moved from production to personal, which is why cast members should not be producers and vice versa. We had so much other shit to talk about other than Reese's beefs with everyone. Thank you, Ego. Exactly. Honestly, the reunion was going to revolve supremely around Reese, period. And they discussed the whole storyline on Ebby, and I recall Dario being in the comments completely over it. Child, let's not blame Ebby, child. If people want to open their mouths and they want to speak freely, child, that's up to them, girl. We're just the facilitators of the platform. We're here to give you guys a place to voice your shit. And if you slip up and you say things that may be a detriment to the brand of the platform, child, that's on y'all, honey. Hello. When we are live, we mean live, baby. So you have to word your shit carefully because you can't take it back. Hello. For it to be the last season, they should have been chasing an overdrive. I'm just telling you. Ariel said, girl, I'm going to work these hoes and I'm going to show you what's tea, bitch. And Trey Howard's been giving us a cute moments too. And I like the kind of the role he's playing this season a little bit, you know. They're doing their thing. I mean, there's some good moments in the season. Don't get me wrong. I don't want it to seem like I'm just jumping on all the bad shit, but there's so much bad shit that we have no choice but to put our focus there. And for it to be the last season, there's no way for y'all to recoup that. There's no way to redeem yourselves with the season 4. You feel what I mean? So I think that's why a lot of people are like myself are coming down on this season because it's the last season. And this is like break it or make it, bitch, or however, whatever they say. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I think there's a lot of critiques and a lot of criticisms about this season. Because if you had another season coming, okay, you can redeem yourself. We can start over. We can, you know, bring something new, show the girls something new, but we don't have that opportunity because this is the end. Reese produced this show from an emotional mindset and not a logical and professional one. I agree. Plus, if December wasn't coming, it was really no point in an in-person reunion. Reese, Ariel, and December had this season on lock storyline-wise. I agree with that. So now that it's virtual, December, are you in the bushes, honey? Will you be attending the reunion now that you know that it's virtual? You don't even have to leave the comfort of Georgia, honey. What's tea? What's tea? Honestly, this season aired everything out, broke fourth wall, and brought it full circle. People could never claim Dallas is boring again. I agree with that. I feel like the Chasing Reality brand should still have gave us a live in-person reunion, regardless of the beef between executives. The cast is always looking forward to the reunion. And again, not just the cast, but your viewers. You know, that's one of the things I say. I always down Ja over there from when he was a part of G Status Girl. Like, you cannot sit here and disrespect your viewers. You can't go along the season with no episodes without updating the girls. You can't be doing things. You know, you have to take the people who actually gave you what you have. The people. If it weren't for the people watching, we wouldn't have been on all these seasons. We wouldn't have been invested in all of this drama. So you always got to keep your viewers in mind. Yes, always the cast as well, but your viewers are very important. They're the ones that assist you in elevation. You know, Gemini Films doesn't have its own LLC. Child, that's not a child. They'll be okay. They'll learn. I'm ready for Atlanta, baby. I mean, yeah, me too. If I'm getting fired, I'm not spending my personal money on my last day. I mean, but you're being fired because of you. You're being fired because of you. And again, the only real reason I felt like you stuck around is because you really had no choice, because the season was forced to be talked about you. You were linked to every piece of drama. But like I said on TTB Live not too long ago, if I was in Dario and I saw the storyboard and I saw like the little, you know, what do they call it? The proofs of concept for the season. And I would have thought, and I would have been like, hold on, all roads lead back to Reese. Let's scrap the season because, girl, you're done here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Reese doesn't own the franchise. He said the cast wasn't the issue. It was with production. Well, I mean, I feel like if that was the case, you should have left before and let someone else produce this season. Reese was slowly trying to take Chasing Reality into his hands and got caught, which is why Endario chopped him. He literally slid Dallas off the roster. Ooh, child. Come through, Sierra. YB, what do you think about Imani's assessment? I mentioned it earlier. Shit, what did I say? What did I say? I actually forgot what I said. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm about to get out of here in a minute, y'all. I gotta get me some more rest before I go to work. But Imani's assessment, I felt like she was doing her job a little bit more in this one, but I didn't like the fact that she kept mentioning, oh, we're canceled anyway. We're done anyway. This is our last hurrah anyway. Like, I felt like it came off very, very bitter bitch. No tea, no shade, just keeping it real. Reese was, okay, I read that one already. Reese said nobody on the cast had anything to do with the virtual reunion. That smoke was for Endario. I mean, if it's still monetized, that smoke them turned into coins. So whether it's virtual, let's be honest here, I'm talking shit about it being virtual, whether it's virtual or not, we're still going to watch. And who's going to get that AdSense money? Hello. So really, are you really doing Endario a disservice? Let's be real here. Either way, Google is still going to be putting a check in Endario's name. Hello, God. I mean, people are still going to tune in because it's the last hurrah. See, sometimes when we think that we're undercutting someone, really we're doing them a favor. Just like how Reese tried to tell George, about the whole situation. Oh, well, you're on here and you're giving me what I need, and this is my show. Well, we're going to use that against Reese in this moment and say, well, by you trying to undercut Endario, if that is the case, I don't want to act like I know things that I don't know, but if that is, since the question's being asked, I'm going to answer it with my opinion and say, well, the same thing for you, Reese. The same thing you told George is what I'm going to tell you with Endario. You think you're undercutting him, but really he's the one who will benefit from it at the end of the day. And you will too. Again, if this is indeed your project still, your name is still attached. We see your name in the credits, executive producer, Reese G. We see it. So this is still your baby. Still take care of it. Let's talk about how he threw his producer under the bus. He told Mark L, you can't believe anything he say. Yeah, that's true too. But the reality of it is too, and not in defense of Reese, but just keeping it all the way 100. If you do have someone that turns out to be a traitor in your midst, can you really trust the validity of anything that comes out of their mouth? You have a lot of disgruntled employees that may try to talk shit about their ex-boss. You feel what I mean? If you weren't, but then again, that goes on another hand. Are you treating people well enough to where they respect you? Hello, God, on a professional level. So I'm with Reese on that, but I also have, my little things that I say too. People be thinking, oh, you go hard. I always try to give everything a balanced perspective, child. I'm just saying, though. To be fair, they dragged Q the whole LA season, and he still pushed through with the reunion. He sure did, and it was a fabulous reunion. Even though the girls were wearing $5 wish dresses, bitch, and, Mira Miles, hello. Kamisha Reviews, how are you, baby? What's up, Herman? How you doing, boo? Right, Shed, the reunion is the icing on the cake. Like, And I hopefully Imani will be able to do a good job. Hopefully, child. Seeing as to how terribly Reese and Imani drag Q and turn fans on them just to get the shit flipped like this is mind-blowing. Yes, child, it is. I'm super late. Is Reese's time with the entire Chasing Reality brand done or just Chasing Dallas? I think it's over with for the entire brand. Should Imani be thrown out with Dallas? I at this point, again, being as unbiased as I possibly can, at this point, there's no need for Imani, especially as we see that she carries a personal bitterness to her when things don't seem to go her way. And that's just me looking at the optics and looking at her own behavior in the situation. So, I'm not going to say throw her out like some, but I'm just going to say she's not really needed. So, you know what I mean? I will say she's a good reunion host. So it's only right that we end it with her. You know what I mean? What's up, Lex? How you doing, boo? What's tea? Imani can't stand December. Every week she throws a rock his way. I mean, you can't be out here telling the girls to be calm and and you gotta rise above, baby. Right? Like Dario still has Chase Atlanta, LA, and Lauren. Oh, we gotta. You know what? It's too late. I was going to talk about Lauren too, but I do want to make this announcement. I said it yesterday. I have to retract what I said. Like, I'm actually kind of liking the Lauren show. I do like that we are really getting into the minutiae of the whole transition conversation. We're getting real reactions. Especially was that episode 3 where her and that girl were going at it in the kitchen, child, and that conversation I was stuck. I was glued to the screen because I was just like, I'm taking in all of that, right? I'm hearing where Homegirl's coming from. I'm hearing where Lauren is coming from. And I'm just like, bitch, that has to be like some shit, bro. Like, that's why I try not to too much speak on trans experiences, because we'll never really know what it's like unless you're living that life, girl. Like, and my heart goes out to Lauren, because to want to be what you want to be, what you feel that you truly are, in a world that discredits you, that will kill you, that will fucking chastise you and discriminate against you and will do violence against you, child, just for you want to be who you are, girl. You got to be mindful about the spaces you travel in. You got to think 3 times ahead. You got to, girl, it's like playing chess continuously with your trans life. That has to be so painstaking. So my heart goes out to the trans community, more specifically in this moment, since we're talking about just Lauren. Like, it goes out to Lauren. Like, I can only imagine. And that wouldn't even be the half of the experience. Girl, you know what I mean? Like, oh, girl, that's so rough. That is so rough. The owner doesn't even pay the talent. And while I don't agree with Reese on a lot, this I have to back him up on. I mean, this is what we're all here for. We can all agree to disagree. We're here to share our thoughts and our opinions, honey. So there's going to be no in-person reunion. Basically, Josh, no in-person. It will be a live reunion December 9th after the final episode. What's up, Cams? How you doing? Try to catch the replay. I'm about to get off of here in a minute. Yes. I'm good, boo. Thank you so much, Kamisha. I'm good. Q got what he got because of karma. He had no qualms critiquing Dallas on his YouTube channel, but then gets mad when the same is done to LA. Child. I could have done without 3-hour conversation between Markel and Reese. I mean, if Markel just would have nipped it in the bud and went full circle, but I think Markel was looking for something that Reese wasn't looking for. You know what I'm saying? And I think Markel realized that once Reese opened his mouth and was like, I'm not looking for anything to come from this. And just Reese was just real, just like, oh, girl, it's like, you got to be able to, oh, girl, you got to be able to be willing, girl. But your energy doesn't serve like you're willing. What's up, Lisa? What would have been cute is if they would have had a cute little cigar Ponderosa. Remember what they did in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Stevie J and the kids? I used to love those little cigar bars. Sit down in like the mafia chairs, girl. You know what I mean? And save that for the end, because Dallas is famous to have like a Ponderosa at the end, child. So that would have been cute. And maybe have a mediator. Y'all could have brought me, child. Hello. I would have sat right in the middle of the chair, honey, with my big ass cigar, bitch. Hello, God, dressed in all white. Hello, like Lisa Ray, bitch. And I would have been the mediator, girl. And let those girls blow steam. Radiator. You know what I'm saying? Imani was sending subliminals, no question, but you can't dog someone out and not expect them to respond. I mean, I guess, child. Let's not question how money is spent just because they didn't want to waste money on a reunion on a show being canceled. Reese did dirt behind the scenes and the show is paying for it. Child. Girl. Ooh, not a conversation on Zeus, honey. Yes. Honey, they'll let Bobby Light's old fucking assless chaps wearing ass on there with that old decrepit ass bitch Roland Ray or whatever his name is, girl. Then anybody can go on there, girl. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. They should put me and Corday on there. The conversation, girl. That would be everything, girl. Yes, honey. Ariel needs a spinoff. I don't see the rest of them coming back on the show outside Markel being a producer. Dre Simber will survive too, and Reese's new production. And let me tell you something, regardless of how I feel, I want everyone to succeed. I want Reese to go on and do her thing. Maybe this may be the catalyst for that. Maybe sometimes we have to be forced into, our destiny sometimes. Even if it does like crash and burn behind us. Maybe this is the push that's needed for Reese to get out on her own and to do her own thing. And if it's good, we'll support it. Amen. Hello, God. Hello, God. All I'm saying, you fire me at lunch, you're picking up the tab. I mean, well, if you've known you've been fired since breakfast, and you come to breakfast, you come to lunch, and you come to dinner, and you stay around for a snack and a nightcap, because the tea is the control was taken away from you. He said this out of his own mouth. Creative control was taken away from him the first week of production. So at that point, you should have known. And at that point, you could have made the professional decision to bow out gracefully then. You and Corday in the shared space would be the event of the year. Child. Okay. Yes, exactly. I dig Reese. Amen, brother. Yeah, I like Reese too. I have my things. I have my feelings, girl. I have all of those things. Y'all know that shit. But, you can't take away that the child is creative. The child puts on a great show. But there has to be some personal work done so the business side can manifest positively and in the right direction, if that makes any sense. Exactly. So if control is being taken away and his power reduced, right or wrong, and Dario should have stepped up and funded the reunion. Yes and no. I can agree with you on that. Yes and no. When you say it that way, it does like, okay, I see it. But if you notice that that's not happening, again, like I take professionalism very seriously. And if my name is attached to something as executive producer, and this is the last hurrah, if my coworker, my boss, is still giving me the things to do what I need to do for my platform, whether it don't have to be money. You're still on the show, obviously. So you weren't fired, right? You still were able to do a whole season, and you still kept your executive producer stamp, right? Your credit. So I still believe it's up to you. Because when people think of Dallas, we know that Dario runs the whole Chasing Reality brand. But when you think of Dallas, you solely think of Reese. So regardless or not, this is still your project. It's up to you to see it through, no matter what's happening. You have to see it through. In the words of my old foster grandmother, do a job well or not at all. You know? No, you and child, you asking for that boy to be pushed into a lake and drown underwater, child. Tie some cement bags to that bitch's decrepit ass feet, bitch, and let that motherfucker sink. Why do you think Imani is so sided with Reese? Well, I mean, I'm quite sure she's going to be tagging along um, in some capacity with Reese to the next thing. And I wouldn't be mad at that. You got to do what you got to do too. You know what I mean? Especially if you were brought on by her. So if Reese is indeed moving on, Reese G Production is going to be doing other things. And I'm quite sure she's bringing Imani along for the ride. Why wouldn't she? Especially if you no longer feel happy or welcomed at Chasing Reality anymore. If Reese's going on to do her own thing, you might as well. We can already kind of surmise that that's actually what's going to happen. You know, he wasn't given you got to make your resources, baby. You're chasing, you're hustling, right? You got to make your own resources. You're Reese G, not Cardi B, but you still get to the money. Oh, no tea, no shade, just truth. You know? To be honest, what are they going to talk about during the reunion? They had a whole 20+ minute scene with Markel and Reese talking about what's up, PYT, by the way. Lovers and Friends last episode. That's all the reunion will be about. I just hope it's not another lemon squeeze debacle. You're actually right about that. Will we get our life if they just consume this entire reunion? Girl, like, ooh. And will this be a part situation since it's live? Hopefully they have, again, they got to run some testing. They got to add, because we don't need a part. If it's live, we don't need a 2-parter situation. You might as well run that bitch up. And doing things live versus editing, it's going to make this a very long reunion. I've already been up here an hour and 18 minutes, and it's only felt like I've been here for 30 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? And while you're live, do you have any sponsorships? Well, probably not. Probably not. Well, where was that sponsorship coin going to then? Y'all had a bunch of. Does Endario get that money, or does I don't know, child. Well, y'all gotta check the deed then, because that means y'all didn't do the right paperwork. If Endario has to fund you, then that means there's no paperwork or no legal contract that was brought up so Reese can get a percentage of the funds. Now that we're talking about the money, let's talk about the money. So another thing I blame on Reese. Did you get all your things? Did you check the deed, as I told Dior with the whole fraudulent ass landlord situation? Are we checking the deed? Are we hopping in the bed of business with people with just verbal contracts off the strength of our friendship? Girl, sometimes you have to have things in writing, and not just in writing, girl. You have to make sure that they are what's the word? When you go to the courthouse, or what do they call those people? A notary. Did you get it notarized? You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, we have to have legally binding contracts. You know what I mean? And Dario flies out to help every EP with reunion. There's no EP over Dallas, which means nobody wanted to put joint money into a reunion with Dario. A virtual reunion was best. Well, he still kept the title executive producer. It was in the credits. It's been in the credits all season long. So that means that there is an EP for Dallas. But then again, if you did have creative control stripped of you the first week, child, there's a lot there. Oh, girl, we'll be here forever trying to dissect this shit. Reese said that the virtual reunion would ensure that everyone got a chance to speak and everyone get closure. I hope so. I really do. Will we ever get the truth about Chicago? Child, I'm not sure. I would be here for a Chicago show though, but it's Chasing Reality and not Reese G Production. So again, and Dario needs to step in. Well, if we see in the Danny, if we see in the end credits, baby, it says a Reese G Production, an OMG production or whatever. All of them have their production names wrapped up in it. So I mean, you know. So since Dallas is null and void, what city will be good next? I really would like Chasing Reality to come further south. I'm not being biased. I really think like a Chasing Miami would be perfect. I know that that's like the go-to spot, and I know people didn't want like real popular destinations. But let's be honest here, ain't nobody doing no damn rural ass area reality show. Even though that would actually be cute to do some country bitches, like some ranch style shit. Remember how they used to have that show with those little rich white kids on MTV, and they were like the hillbillies, like the Beverly Hillbillies, and them kids were having fun, child. I used to watch a little bit of that show. So now that I think about it, it might not be a bad idea to go to the country. But Miami would be on point, girl. Y'all can do Miami, Chicago, girl. I'd be here for a lot of that. New York. New Jersey, girl, yes. Like, I'd be here for all that shit. All right, y'all. I'm finna get up out of here, honey. Oh, yeah, TTB. I noticed that, too. The wrench is gone, honey. So that means he's no longer a mod on the YouTube platform. Hopefully one day Andario speaks up, but knowing him, it depends on what's being said publicly that will either force his hand to come out publicly and speak his piece. Andario, he's like Mary J. Blige to the bullshit. You know, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tears. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. That's what it was called, Danny. Floribama. I think that's what it was called. Something like that. Those country ass kids. Them motherfuckers was doing the most, but they were living their life and they were showing us that, bitch, we can still have fun if we live in the fucking Ku Klux Klan perimeter area. Okay. Yes. All right, Markel said it himself. He wishes Dallas the best. He won't be returning. Ciao. Yes, honey. Well, all right. Let me get up out of here, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for joining me for this live assessment of Chasing Dallas Season 3, Episode 9. It was a lot, but girl, we're doing our job over here. We're finishing out like we said, right? Amen. Yes, honey. All right, y'all stay tuned next week, child. I should be having Ariel on right after the show. So that'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But be on the lookout. Things could change. But that's what's confirmed as of right now. Because we all know Ariel is booked and busy, honey. So I wouldn't be mad at it, baby. And then I'm working, actually, let me check my DMs real quick. Let me see. Okay, he hasn't got back to me yet, but maybe this weekend, be on the lookout. I know the notifications are acting stupid as fuck, but I should be more than likely sitting down with Robert this weekend. So, Robert and his dick. Hello, God. What's up, Rosalina? How are you? Buck Wild. Okay, I can get into that. Yes, Barbie Brink Rose. What's up, Trey? How you doing? Yes, bring a translator, girl. I'll be the translator in the end. I speak that hood shit too. Now I'm not gonna lie, he's country as fuck. So some of his words fall a little on the, not on the bag and this and man, right till I can't no more. Yes, I got the horses in the back, honey. Yes, honey. Yes. Rosaline, I haven't checked on that yet, but I will. I actually put it in my notes. You know, I have a forgetful memory. I have to refer to my notes sometimes, child. But I'll give that a look. Thank you so much. Markel better be at the live reunion. He better. He better. They all better. You'll bring your jock strap. Oh, girl. Girl. Girl, girl, girl. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you're hitting the notification bell. That way, that ass is updated each and every time I am uploading something new, honey, okay? And for those that are just coming in, make sure you get to the replay. We got into some things, honey, okay? All right, y'all. Be blessed and never stressed. And hopefully I'll be seeing y'all this weekend, okay? You know I'm good at informing y'all. Make sure you're following me on Instagram as well, too. That way you're up. Sometimes the notifications don't get out on YouTube like they should. So make sure you're following me on Instagram because I always share when I'll be going live next, if I'm going to be doing any interviews with anybody. And I also share them in my community wall on this YouTube platform. So, yeah, following is very important. That way you're updated. Hello, God. All right, guys. Take care and have a wonderful night.